Hello everyone. Now we are live on our YouTube channel. As you know, it is called the Benjamin Mathematics. So today's lesson we are going to see how to solve a complex numbers. Please, if you are new at this channel, please remember to subscribe. You're welcome for those who are new. We are going to solve to see about the complex numbers. I said for those who are new, remember to subscribe. For those who are new, remember to subscribe, please. Very good. The one who did about like, thank you very much. We have this kind of complex numbers. Now for these complex numbers, so it is most useful in our daily life where should be used in engineering, about electrical engineering, how to find the impedance in engineering of electrical engineering. Now let's see about this complex equation where everyone will be able to solve this complex equation. That is what we are going to do from now, right? Please, for those who are new, subscribe and you have to comment and do like. Yes? Now think about to that question is you are going to do it clearly. Yes, welcome. Now let's move or let's start by do this complex equation. Yes? Now for this complex equation, we are going to solve it. Now, first of all, you really remember about quadratic equations. You really remember about quadratic equations. Yes? Now, about quadratic equations, you really have, for example, let me use this part or let me stand here. For example, if you have, it is about quadratic equations where it is y which is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is a kind of quadratic equation. So in a quadratic equation, instead of using uh, this formula, we should apply this formula in a mathematical problem as when you have y which is equal to, for example, 2x squared plus, for example, x plus 4. This is a form of quadratic equation. About the quadratic equation, how should you solve this quadratic equation? For example, anytime you should be asked to find the roots of this quadratic equation, yes, for example, by factorizing, by using delta, by using any kind of any method that should be applied for solving this quadratic equation. Anytime you should be asked to solve this by using those methods. It should be one method where it is factorizing or graphical method and so forth. But how should you solve this one? For example, let's say that y is equal to 0. Now, how should we solve this? We really have 2x squared plus x plus 4. Now, in order to solve this quadratic, we are going to solve this quadratic by using delta, for example, by using delta. How should we solve this one? First of all, we really have to know what do we have here, what do we have here and here. So on the value of on x squared, we have the coefficients of these two, where it means it is a. We say that a is equal to this number. Always a is a coefficient of this x squared. Yes? Now, a, it will be 2. Clear? But here we are reaching at the smallest variable, which is x power 1. Here it was x power 2. It is x power 1 means the letter corresponding to the number here at the x. You see, at the x, we have a coefficient. You see, we have a coefficient of 1. Please, you have to follow. Now we have a coefficient of 1 here. It is b, which is equal to plus 1. Yes, it is b, which is equal to plus 1. Means that when we are writing these letters a, b, and c, it is better to specify or to write them with their signs. Yes. Now, if a has a positive sign here, you have to write that positive sign. If b has a positive sign, you have to write that coefficient of x with that sign. Clear? And also c, it will be equal to plus 4. Clear? This is what should we apply to a quadratic equation. Now let's continue. Now for this, it was about quadratic equations where letter A is, letter B is, letter C is. But here, what should we see? If, for example, at our quadratic we have minus, it means that a letter B, it will be also minus 1. You see? But here, don't forget to write it's the factor of this x with its sign. It is what you have about quadratic. Now return to our complex equation. Here it is about complex equation where we are going to write as we have been supposed about this equation of quadratic. We have, for example, it is a solution of this complex equation. where we have 4i times z square plus z minus I is equal to 0. Now here, you see this z, this z similar as x squared. You see? Instead of writing this, you should write this one. They are both the same, but we use z because in complex number, we always using this z. It's a symbol that's symbolizing a complex equations. For example, should have pz, which is equal to any kind of a complex equation. Or we should have, for example, also f of x, which is any kind of quadratic equation. Yes, instead of writing this function, we should write this complex or p z, which is equal to a given equation. Because of we are in a complex equation here, but here we are in real equation. Now let's continue. And let's continue for solving roots found in this complex equation. Now, let's have, for example, here I said that this is a similar as x squared. Here it is also, this is a z, as x minus the number. Now let's have a is equal to this coefficients of this z squared. It is 4i. We are in complex. In complex, we use this one. Now b, it is plus 4, and c is minus I. You see? Now we are going to use this one as I told you here about quadratic equation, and try to solve this our complex equation. Yes? Now let's use as usual delta. Delta. You will remember about delta. Please, for those who are new, remember to subscribe. Remember to comment. Remember to like our video. Yes, even if you should share it. Now about delta, its formula, it should be b square minus 4ac. This is a formula of delta. Or similar, please, don't worry. Or it is our delta, a symbol of this, which is b square minus 4ac. This is how to find delta by using this formula. Now, for those who are new, remember to subscribe, remember to comment, even you should share. And I need your like there. Now, how should you find a delta? A delta, it will be, where is the b? Here you see have a b. This is 4 square. You see it has a positive. There is no problem for writing this one. It is 4 square as our b minus 4. This is 4 times h. How is h? This is a equal to 4i times 4i. You do like this. And times c. How is c? It is minus I on that. Yes? Now here, what is next? We are going to find the delta. Delta will be, it is 16. Here we have minus 16i. Yes? 16i. And have minus 1 times this. It will be minus I. Now, Now, what is the next one? Delta T. This is 16 minus, here we have this I times I, it will be this minus plus this one, it is plus 16I square. Now, please, in complex numbers, we have to remember that if we have it should be applied in complex numbers, I square, this should be equal to minus 1. It means that always I square is equal to minus 1. Now let us apply this to this I square will remain with, it is delta, which is 16 plus, this is 16 times minus 1 as a value of this I square. Now finally delta will be 16 minus, yes, minus times this minus will be minus times this plus, it will be minus 16. Now our delta, it will be 0. Yes? What is next one? We are going to see when delta is equal to 0. What's the nature of our roots? It means that x1 is equal to x2. This is a nature of our root. It is nature of roots. Now, this is, we should have z1 and z2, where it is, as a formula, general formula, it is b plus or minus roots of delta. This is the roots of delta over 2a. Now finally should have, this is b plus roots of delta over 2a, and this is, yes, it is minus here also, minus b minus roots of delta over 2a. Now here we are going to find these two z, but remember, because of we have seen delta is equal to 0, it means that x1 is equal to x2. The value of x, it will be only 1 because of the delta is equal to 0. Now, thanks someone calling. Good comedy. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Now, remember please to subscribe for those who are new. Now let us continue. Let us continue. Let us continue. Now it is Z1, which is minus B plus root of delta over 2A. This is B. Now, how should we find this? We are going to substitute our numbers in our formula. There we have, this is Z1, which is equal to minus B. How it was minus B? This is A, which is 4I. This is B. It is plus 4. This is C. It is minus I. Now, how is this B? It means this minus is a minus, which is in the formula. Now we really have it is minus. You have to write this minus. How is the value of B? You do like this, open bracket, and remain with B, it is 4, close the bracket, plus, it was the first x, please, where we have applied this one. You see? Now it was plus roots of delta. Delta, it was 0. You see? This is our delta that you have seen here. Now over 2A, it is 2 times Z. How is A? 4I. It is 4I. Yes? Now finally, we have, you see, it is Z1, which is equal to, this is minus 4, this is, we remain with 0, over 8I, yes? 8I. Now we are at this step, you are allowed to simplify. You are allowed to simplify by 4, because this should be divisible by 4. This 8 should be divisible by 4, and this 4 also divisible by 4. This is by 4 itself, and by 4. We remain with the, you see here, let me clean here, please. We remain with it is, you have Z1, which is minus 4 over 4 over 8I over 4 on 4. Yeah, like that. So now we remain with Z as our Z here. Yes, this Z, it will be minus 1 over 2I. Yes? Now, if we are here, what should we do? What I should do, remind you about radical and such. You remember, if, for example, you have h over roots of this one. If you have this one, how should you rationalize this? It is better to rationalize this denominator. Yes, how it will be? We take this h times this one is root of a over this root of a times also this term, the one that we have multiplied to this numerator. Now we remain with it is a root of a over a, and simplify if it should be better, then the final it will be root of a. This is how we should do this term, yes, by rationalizing this denominator. Now, it is what you are going to apply here at this equation. We really have it is z1, which is minus 1 times this term, 2i over 2i times also this 2i. Then after, finally, we have z1, which is equal to, this is 2, it is minus 2i over this 2i times this 2i, it will be equal to, it is 4i squared. This is 4i squared. Now finally, remember that I told you about if you have I square, it is equal to minus 1, right? Good. Now we have this is I square, or I power square power 2 is equal to minus 1. Finally, we should have minus 4, minus 4. Yes? Now it is what you're going to apply here. Finally, we have minus, this is for it is 4i square. Now this our z, it will be minus 2i over minus 4. Now finally, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? It will be, that is z1, which is, this is our z1, which is, we are going to simplify, minus 2i over minus 4. Now simplify this. Negative over negative, it will be positive, and simplify by 2, here by 2. Now z, it will be I over 2. This is I over 2. It is our equation. Then remember that we have seen if delta is equal to 0, the condition that we should have at delta, which is equal to 0, it is x1 will be equal to x2. It means x1 will be equal to x2. Now z1 is equal to z2, which is equal to I over 2. This is the final solution. Yes. Now let us go for the next questions relating to these complex numbers. Yes. Now we have another question here. Solve this 4I times z square plus 5z minus I is equal to 0. We are going to solve this kind of complex equation. Now think about on it, and after it is what we are going to do. Clear? Good. Now, guys, let us go for the next question here. It is 4I times z square plus 5z minus I is equal to 0. How should we solve this equation? So remember, as I told you, it is similar as what you have done firstly. So let's say that we have given for iz square minus 5z minus I is equal to 0. So now we are at this kind of equation or this kind of complex equation. We need to find the h. It is the coefficients of this z square. Now it should be for us where b it will be 5 and c it will be minus I. This is minus I as we have it here. Now how is the solution here? How is the solution here, please? We are going to use also delta. Now the delta, it will be, this is b square minus 4ac. This is the formula that should be used when we are calculating a delta, right? Good. So let's continue. You see here the delta will be this formula. Now, please, it is better to share, please, these videos, even if subscribe also and comment on what you are doing. Very good. So now the delta it will be this b square. This is b, which is equal to 5. It is 5 square minus 4 as what you have here, you see, minus 4 times a is equal to 4 as right times also this c it is equal to minus I, right? Now finally d it will be 25. This is 25, sorry, 25 minus, this time this one is minus 16 I times z, it is times minus I. Yes, we are in multiplication law. So we are going to finalize what we have here. And let's finalize it. Now the delta, it will be 25. Here we have minus times this minus will be plus 16 I square. This I, this one times the remaining I here, it will be I square as we have it here. Finally, delta, it will be 25 plus 16 times z means that I square, this is I square, which is equal to minus 1, as I told you. Now it is times minus 1 as a value of this I square. Now the delta, it will be 25 minus 16. Then the delta, it will be, we'll have to subtract those two numbers, 20, it is 9. You see? It is delta which is equal to to 9. Then finally, if our delta is greater than 0, what the nature of the roots? It should be there are two real roots. It means we have two real roots. It is because our delta is greater than 0. It means delta is greater than 0. It means that we have two real roots. Now we are going to see those two roots. Remember, but here we are in a complex. It means that there are two roots, but which has a formula of a complex ones. Yes. Now, if we say complex ones, it means it will have, for example, a times I. This I symbolizing we are in complex questions. Yes. Now let's find the next. So now we are in complex. Finally, which is Z1 and Z2. Z1 and Z2, it will be minus B plus or minus roots of delta over 2A. Then after it is each Z1 it is minus B plus roots of delta over 2A and minus B. This is minus B minus roots of delta over 2A. Yes. Now we are going to use these formulas for finding these two complex equations or these two complex roots. Now what should we do? Please, for those who are new, remember to subscribe. Remember to share this video to your colleagues. Also remember to do this one as a like. Yes, remember to add the comment. So finally we have Z1 and Z2. It will be, this is Z1 and Z2, which is minus B. This is minus of this formula, you see? Now, how is B? We come back to our equation. This is, this is A. It is these factors of this Z square. It is 4I. How is B? It is the factor of this Z, it is 5. And C, it is this minus I. You see? Now, we are going to apply this formula, right? Now, minus B. We are light by, let's write minus, this is our minus. This B, how is B? In the formula, it is, this is 5 minus 5, right? Now, plus roots of delta. You have it right, delta. Remember, delta is equal to 9. We have 9 as the roots of delta over 2A. It is 2. Find in the formula times this value A. How is 8? 8 is equal to minus 4. So it is 4I. Right? Now, the next one, it is this one, which is minus B minus roots of delta, it is root, of delta. So b it is equal to, this is b, it is 5 minus root of delta, it is root of 9 over 2 times 4i. Now z1 and z2, z1 and z2, z1 and z2, it will be, we are here, it is minus 5, right? Plus, this is root of 9 is 3 over 8i, right? Also, this is minus 5, yes, minus 3 over 8i, right? The next will be, how is the next? The next will be z1 and z2. It will be, it is minus 2 over 8i. Also, the remaining it is minus 8 over 8i. This one. Yes? Now, we are going to simplify by 2. Here by 8 by 8. Now we remain with z1 and z2 and z2. It will be this minus 1 over 4i, you see? And the z2 it will be minus I minus 1, sorry, it is 1 over I. Now here, when we are reaching here, we don't need this I being a denominator. We are going to conjugate this I or this 4i. It means when you have 1 over I, you are eligible, please, to eliminate, to conjugate this I, as you take 1 times this I over this I times this I as a conjugate. Then we remain with this I over I square, which is equal to, it is I over minus 1. Because of I square is equal to minus 1, right? So now we remain with the minus I. That is what we are going to apply to this one. We are going to conjugate this. Then finally we still have, it is minus 1 times 4i over 4i times this, also for us it's conjugate. Now we really have, it is minus 4i over, this is 16, right? 16i square. Clear? Now remember that if you have I square is equal to minus 1. Now it is, here we have also minus 1 times I over I times its conjugate, also it will be minus I over, this is I square, this is I square, because I times I is equal to I square. Finally, let's have final one. Let's have final one for Z1 and Z2. Z1 and Z2. It will be, here we have minus, yes, it is minus 4i over 16i square. Here, the last, here we have at Z2, we have minus I over I square minus I over I square. Now, as I told you, if you are where we have I square, it means you are going to put this minus 1 in the place of this I square, right? Good. So now let's have minus 4i over minus 16. It means over 16 times minus 1 as a value of this I square. It is equal to minus 1. Right? Now it is I over this value of I square is equal to minus 1. Now Z1 and Z2, it will be equal, this is minus 4i over minus 16. Also here down we have minus I over minus 1. Now you have to simplify. When we are dividing two the similar signs, it means they become a positive 1. Now this will equal to positive, we remain with I. Right? It is I over 1 is equal to that I. Now here we remain with, simplify by 2. Yes, remaining with minus 2i, sorry, minus 2i over this 3. Right? Then after, please you see, if you are new, remember to subscribe. Yes. Now, finally, this is the first one. This is the last one. This is minus as Z1 and Z2. We are going to do another one which has Z power 3. Don't miss. Now, for those who are new, remember to subscribe. Yes. Let's use this one. Let's use this one, please. Right? Let us continue. We really have, it is A, which is equal to 4I, B. It is this value of Z, which is 5, and C, it is minus I. Now we are going to use those three variables by finding its delta. We should have delta, it will be B square minus 4AC. Right? Now, according to this, please, you have to do your personal activity or a personal question. Thank you very much. Now let us continue by solving another another complex equations which has a power of 3 here. Yes, right? Now let us go. Now let's go on the complex questions where we have Z plus 3. So for those who are giving a comment to me, please, thank you very much, and you're welcome. Someone calling Irgwa Construction, thank you very much. Someone also calling Umukiza Samson. Samson, thank you. Joseph Mugisha, of course, I see your message. Thank you very much. Now, please remember to share this to your colleagues. Now, let us move for the next ones, which is about. Please share this to your colleagues. For those who are new, I need your comment there. I need your comment. I need your comment, please. I need your comment. Similar as solve. It is we are dealing with solving complex numbers. Please, for those who are new, comment there in the box of comment. Do it, please. Right? I need your comment there. Even if you are new, do a comment. Please subscribe. Please share this video if it is most helpful to many persons. Yes, I need your support, please. You are the best ones in front of me. Please, it is better to subscribe to our channel if you are new. Now let us go for the next. It will be about also complex, where we have this is x power 3, right? Minus x square. This is x square, right? Plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this is another equation that you have there. We are going to find roots from this equation. Yes, it is a polynomial, but we are going to see, is it numbers from a real? It means when we are solving equation in a real number, it is where we have no delta, which is less, which is not delta, will not be, or it is when delta is not equal to, is not less than, sorry, less than 0. You see, when we are solving in real numbers, yes, it means that it is when delta is not less than 0. When delta less than 0, it is like this one. It means it is when delta is equal to negative number. Negative number. When delta is less than 0, it means the delta is equal to negative number. It means that if delta is negative number, we should solve that equation in a complex number where that negative will be changed into -1. Sorry, it should be where in complex -1, it will be I square. Always. It means we are entering, we are going to solve that question in complex numbers. Now, let's now go on this question and try to solve it, please. We should check where is it the one in find in a complex number or not. That is what we are going to see. Please don't go try to think about this question. Right? Now, So now, guys, we have this a question that we are going to solve it. So now, you see, we have finished about complex where it has a form of a quadratic. So now here we are going to solve another one is on polynomial, because on polynomial, let me show you a good things about polynomial. Also remember, if you are new on our channel, please subscribe on polynomial. About this, we really have, this is Cartesian plane. Yes. Now about Cartesian plane, if about equation of line, this is equation of line. A line should be to this one, but also Cartesian plane. Equation about the quadratic, this is quadratic equations. It is where we have, this is our parabola. The last one, it will be about, this is Cartesian plane, where we have two axes, y and x. About the parabola, it is this one. About polynomial, where we have x power 3, here it is y, which is equal to, this is the question of line, ax plus b. Now about quadratic, it is when y is equal to x squared plus bx plus c. This is about quadratic. The last one, it is about polynomial. It should be this one. Yes, as zigzag line. Now where we have, you see, it is y, which is equal to x power 3 plus bx squared plus cx plus d, letter d. This is about polynomial. So here it was, how about to sketch any kind of function here. It is about a linear function. Here it is about a quadratic. And the last one, it is about polynomial. So now this is what we are going to solve here. This is a polynomial one. Please don't miss. Now let us go on. For those who are new, remember to subscribe. Very good. How is the lighting? Good. So now let us continue, please, by showing you how should you solve this kind of it is polynomial equation. How should you solve that one? Please don't miss, try to follow. For those who are new, remember to subscribe. Please subscribe. Do a like, also write a comment in the box of comment. Yes, like Let's solve that it is polynomial equation now. Yes, I see the one. Oh, that one, it is, you are from Sunny Savinai. Savinai, hi, I'm from India. Welcome, welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome again. Please, I know that you're about to see. Please don't miss. We are going to solve these questions. For those who are new, remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe for those who are new, right? Remember to subscribe. Yes, I see you. I see you. Please don't go. Don't go. Let us continue. Think about that question, please. Now we are going to solve this question here. Light. Let me reduce a light, please. How is the light? Oh, very good. Now, please, I said those who are new, remember to write a comment. Yes, one root by it and trio method. Very good. Someone, math guys, thank you. Please, if you are new, subscribe, please, there. Yes, that is very good. That is what you are going to do there. That is what you are going to do there, please. Good. If you are new, remember to subscribe. And also invite your colleagues to come to your channel and try to solve that kind of equation. Right? Now that is what you are going to do. Yes, collect. Of course it is. Yeah, that is what you are going to do. Very good. You are welcome. If you are new, remember subscribe. Yes, collect. Of course. I see you. Please. How are you doing from there, India? Yes, I see you. Hello from Russia. Yeah, you are the one from Russia. Oh, very good, very good. You're welcome. Even if the Savinia, the one from India, you are the one from Russia. You're welcome. Subscribe. Very good. Please try to share. Try to remind your friends to come to this channel, please. Remind them to come to this channel. Yes, that is the time that I always try to teach through this channel. Yes, if every 2 days in a week. Yes, don't miss. Now let us continue. Let us continue. Let us continue, please. Let us continue. Now about this question here on chalkboard. About a question here on chalkboard. Yes, let me see. For those who are new, remember to subscribe. Yes, I have seen one person who has subscribed. The other ones, remember to do it. Now, we really have this question here. So let's find the solution of this equation. Now, how we have given it is x power 3 minus x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. If you have given a kind of this equation, first of all, what should we do? It is better to find the factor of this minus 1. Yes? It is, or these are numbers which should be divisible by this minus 1, right? The factor, it should be 1 or more of minus 1, and it is plus or minus 1. Only that. Yes, it is what the number that you have here. Now, let's use Horn method. Horn method. Horn method. It is, let us use Horn method. Right? You're going to use Horn method. How please? It is the way of factorizing polynomial where it has power 3. Now we have, this is our polynomial. You have to draw 2 lines, you see, and draw another. There's a 2 vertical and a horizontal one. So the value or variable you see here at coefficients of x. Here we have which number, here we have which number with its sign, here we have which number, and the last one, which has no x, it will become out of those 2 lines. You see? Now, the first here we have a coefficient do we have here, and coefficient do we have here, and coefficients do we have here. There's a coefficients will be here in the middle of those 2 vertical lines. You see, here we have 1, you have to write 1 here. Yes, and here we have minus 1, you write it here, and here we have plus 1. The last, it is minus 1. Right? Right? Good. So, now, before continuing, we have to take a factor from those 2 factors, because here we have minus 1 and plus 1. Right? Now we take a factor and substitute it into here in our equation. Where x is, we have to put that factor and you will get 0. After getting 0, that factor, we will write it here. Right? Now it means that let us choose any factor among those 2 factors. Which one should we add here? Yes? Now let us take, for example, x is equal to 1. X equal to 1. Then we are going to substitute x by its value. It is 1 power 3. You see? The value of x is equal to 1 power 3 minus value of x is equal to 1 square plus value of x is equal to 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Right? Now let's have whether these are equal to 0. Let me see. Yes, the one said 1 to divide by x equal maybe 1. Yeah, of course. X, yes, is equal to that one. And the one body file morning. Please subscribe for those who are new. Morning. Hey, are you reaching in the morning time? You're welcome. If you are new here, subscribe. Now let us continue. This is 1. 1 plus 3 is equal to 1 minus this is 1 also plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Right? This is 0. Also, this is 0. Is equal to 0. It means that our factor is equal x, which is equal to 1. Now we put 1 here. Right? Let us continue for the next. If you are new, remember to subscribe. Yes. Morning, morning. Please, for those who are new, subscribe. Very good. So let's continue. Let's continue. Let us continue. So now here we have here what you are going to do. You have to write this number. It is 1. Yes, it is better to write this number. Also, you take this one. You see, this one times this one is equal to 1. You write 1 here, right? And you add those two numbers. You take summation of those two numbers. It is 0, right? Now we take this times to this one, we remain with 0. Then after you add these two numbers, we remain with this is 1. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Write 1 here. Then after, 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Then after you add those two numbers also remain with 0. Right? So now here, you see, we remain with this is x square. Here it is x and the number which has not x. Now finally, we have this is x square. This is 0 plus 1. Remember that factor which made our equation equal to 0. It was this number 1. Now you put x minus 1, right? So we are going to solve this one. We should use a delta, or we should use another things where this is, if you have x squared plus 1, this should be as a simple, it should be as a simple way, right? If you have x squared plus 1, this should be equal, for example, is equal to 0. How should we solve this equation? How should we solve this equation? It means it is x squared which is equal to minus 1. We are in complex. This minus 1 exists. How? This minus 1 is equal to, it is I squared. It is x squared which is equal to, it is I squared. Finally, x, it is root of I squared. Then after, it is x which is equal to plus or minus I. Now it is what you're going to apply to that equation there. Right? Another one, please, for those who are new. Yes, any person is new, please remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe. Right? So you should find a delta instead of using this one. You should find a delta where delta is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Right? Now, finally, delta should be equal. This is b squared. We have a, b. Let me continue. Let me take this place here. This. Now we have x squared plus 1. We are going to factorize this equation, right? Now, how should we factorize this equation? This, it means it is a equal to 1 factor of x squared. B is equal to 0. We don't have x only. It means it is b equal to 0. Means that it is x squared plus 0, x plus 1. Yes? If we clean this one, you see, we remain with x squared plus 1. It means that b is equal to 0. Now c is equal to 1. Right? Now, let us continue. Let us continue by find the delta. How is the delta? How is the delta, please? How is the delta? How is the delta? Delta, it will be, this is, right? It is b squared minus 4ac. Now delta, it will be, how is the b? It is 0 minus 4 times a is equal to 1 times c is equal to 1. Now delta, it is equal to, it is minus 4. Right? This delta is equal to minus 4. Now, remember, here we have minus 1 times 4. It means that where minus 1 is equal to, it is I squared. In the place of this, I want to put this one, right? Now let us see. How is the next one? Remember, for those who are new, remember to subscribe. Yes. Now we are going to see how is the delta, right? Now the delta, it is equal to minus 4. Now d is equal to, it is 4 times I squared. Because this minus becomes to this one, right? Now let's have, it is about x1, x2, where it is minus b plus or minus root of delta over 2a. Now let's have minus b 0. B is equal to 0. Minus is plus root of delta, it is 4i squared over 2. A, it is equal to 1. And the next you have minus 0 minus root of 4. I as our delta over 2 times 1. Now remember this question x minus 1. It's the variable of x minus 1. Now let's have, this is x1 and x2. It will be, this is, right? This will remain with 2i, right? As it is in, yeah, 2i, you see, over 2, and it is with, and here we have 4, where it is 2i over, right, over 2. Finally, yeah, it is this one, yes. Now, how is the final? Please finalize. Then it is by simplifying here and right? Yeah, please finalize the question, please. That is your task. Less. Then it is, as here we have it is minus and here minus. It is this will remain with right? It is minus I, yes, and here it is equal to I. Finally, x1 is equal to 1, x2 is equal to I, and x3 is equal to minus I. Right? So, this is how to solve a kind of polynomial equation where we should solve it and find some numbers or some roots from or which are in complex and the one from real. Now please, if you see it is helpful to you, try to write it in the comment. If you see it is most good or it should change your level of understanding mathematics, it is better, please to write it in the comment. Yes, let me say thank you very much. Also, we shall meet next time. So tomorrow, at this hour, maybe from uh, from 3:30 o'clock. Let's meet at that hour. Yes, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.